Good morning, YouTube. So today is Monday, October 14. It is a beautiful day here in St. Louis. Yesterday we did the whole day of Chicago. We had a good time. We went on the ferry, or the boat ride, sorry. We ate the Chicago style deep dish pizza. And what else we did yesterday? I think that's all. Well, we walked around all downtown. It's a pretty good day yesterday, but the whole purpose of this trip was to come to St. Louis and go to the Budweiser Brewing Company. But we couldn't do it because we booked late, so the tickets weren't available until today, Monday. So that's why yesterday we just had a full extra day, so we spent it in Chicago. But it was a good experience. I mean, Chicago wasn't on the bucket list, but it's done now. So we basically killed two destinations at a time. So right now it is 9:27 a.m. and the tour is at 11. It's like about 20 minutes from here from this hotel. So yeah, we'll be doing that, and we'll be doing the arch. Yesterday the pizza at that spot was pretty good, man. Pretty delicious. The wings were the best wings I've ever had. So with that being said, I'll see you guys later on today with the Budweiser tour and the tour of the arch. I'll see you guys there. Check it out, YouTube. The king of beer's home, where it was born, where it all started. Check out the jacket though. Fresh out Budweiser jacket. Gotta represent. King of beers. My favorite beer. This is basically my birthday gift right here for myself. Visiting this tour was on my bucket list. Let's check it out, guys.
Cheers. Right over there, folks. Your name after Dave Bush George will start right over there. And if I can get a count, that'd be great. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Before they linked themselves to Mr. Anheuser that way. Luckily, Mr. Anheuser had a daughter by the name of Lily. The company consisted.
Well, guys, welcome to Anheuser-Busch. My name is Nick. I'll be your brewery ambassador for your Beer Master Tour. Now, just a reminder, this tour is going to be a little over 2 hours long. So if everyone is nice to each other for the next 2 hours. The brewery, what it is, we're going to look at as we make our way throughout the campus. I'm also going to talk about the ingredients as well, which you can see up here. Specifically the dry ingredients, because really the wet ingredient is water. And I hope that is self-explanatory for everybody. But first step of making beer is going to be milling. So that is where we're going to grind up our grain. So all beer is going to start off with barley malt. Barley is essentially the foundational ingredient of beer, which gives your beer its color and of course the malty flavor to it. So I said all beer will start off with barley. But also a lot of our brands, such as our flagships of Budweiser, Bud Light, Michelob Ultra, they do also have rice in there as well. Now, rice in the beer industry is called an adjunct grain, meaning it's added into the barley. but it's not necessary for making beer in general. The reason rice was initially added to Budweiser was to help make it stand out from other beers on the market. So if anyone here likes a really, got ahead of myself. So we actually are the #1 consumer of rice in the nation. That gives you any indication about how much rice and beer we're going through. So these grains, they'll get ground up in the miller, just to help break it apart, better release the flavors, and specifically the starches inside the barley kernels. That's gonna head to mashing tanks where we cook it with warm water for several hours. It's at that stage those flavors are seeped out into the water. Most importantly though is those starches get transformed into fermentable sugars during the cooking process, and those sugars are gonna come in handy later on in the process. So it's gonna be mashing for several hours. It's all dependent on the brand, how long it'll be in there. We'll then send it down to lautering tanks. Lautering, that's just a fancy German word. It essentially means the same thing as straining. So hopefully that's pretty self-explanatory what's occurring in there. We're just trying to filter out all those big chunks of the grain so you get to drink beer, you don't have to chew on it, flush your teeth afterwards. The fluid left after lautering is called wort. So wort already has the look of beer. It smells a little bit like beer, but it's really high in all that sugar we just produced. So it doesn't taste like beer yet. Think of it as a malt-flavored sweet tea at that point. However appetizing that sounds. But we're gonna head that wort into the brew kettle. As that sounds, it's pretty much a ginormous tea kettle. Does the exact same thing, brings it to a boil to help sterilize it. And then during the boiling, that is where hops are added in. Now hops, they're nicknamed the spice of the beer. Because different types of hops you add in accounts for a variety of different aromas and flavors that make your beers beer brands. But hops' original job is adding bitterness to the beer to counteract the sweetness of the malt. So if anyone here likes a really bitter beer like an IPA, what you really love about that IPA is just the large quantity of hops that are added into it. So I said these will get added in at certain points during the boiling, but it's only boiled for an hour no matter what. So after that hour, we will filter it and it cools down going into primary fermentation tanks. And in primary, that is where yeast is added into it. Now yeast is called the life of the beer because it's gonna create the alcohol and the carbonation. But yeast does provide a good amount of flavor to beer. Our Bud does get half of its taste just from our yeast. So for that reason, we actually have been using this same strain of yeast to brew beer here since Bud was introduced all the way back in 1876. So our yeast is probably our most important ingredient. We even DNA test it all to ensure its character is still the same. And only a handful of people do have access to the pure yeast. Hopefully you can tell I'm one of those people. So we're not visiting that room on this tour, unfortunately, but we are gonna add the yeast in primary and it'll sit in those tanks for an entire week. During that week's time, the yeast just goes to town eating on those sugars, and essentially it's gonna burp out alcohol and carbonation. So after a week in there, you can officially consider it beer. Now most beer brands say we'll skip this next step, but if it is a Budweiser or a Bud Light, it's going to head into secondary fermentation tanks to go through a process we like to call beechwood aging. The reason we call that is because the bottom of those tanks, there's a layer of beechwood chips to give that yeast more room to live on. And it's going to sit in there for 3 weeks just to produce even more carbonation and alcohol. So that is the longest step, which does make Bud and Bud Light our longest brands to make. They take a month to brew in total. So after those 21 days, we'll filter it and it goes into finishing tanks. Finishing is like the name implies, where the finished beer goes to relax, cool off, get test approved by the brewers to give the final okay to head down the street to get packaged and shipped out straight from there. You all with me? Under the hats are a pair of safety goggles, and then there is a earphone, lack of a better term, just one ear. As you guys are doing that, I'm going to put receivers on your tables. That's those earplugs are going to get hooked up to. I will explain what it's all for once you get it. So if you want to come on up, start grabbing that.
Someone asked if we can get a water.
Peter is cheating on Modelo.
I'm doing it for you.
stables is all that remains of this estate. So there's the driveway just next to us. That was the driveway of the estate. The family mansion was just on the other side of the road. As I've said a few times, the stables is all that remains. As you'll be able to see above the doorway, it was built in 1885. It did cost them $35,000 at the time. You adjust that for inflation, that's going to be closer to $1 million today. But it did cost that much for good reason. Like everything he built was ornate and state-of-the-art. Came with running water, electricity, and its own hayloft that we still use. Today, this building is a National Historic Landmark. Come on in. So much of it you see it is built. That'll include all the stained glass windows, and the stalls over on the left-hand side are mostly original. However, that chandelier in the middle, that is not original to the building. That chandelier is given to the office after the single. In here, this is our tap room. So all the harnesses you see in this room, these are all actually retired. So they're no longer in use. When the harnesses were made, or are made still, they weigh a total of 135 pounds. They're made out of black leather, pure brass, in limited red. The team is made like this, but throughout his braided mane. So we'll go through the braid. And then he will also have 5 roses, such as these put in that braid as well. And red and white, these are just the standard colors, as they are the colors of Budweiser. Swapped out between locations. You're listening to
the budget for one of these horses?
priceless.
There is no budget.
Sorry, I just, you know.
There's a budget.
That shit look like it was like classic for like the kinky horses and shit.
Fucking ditties.
Pretty brilliant brewery businessman and salesman. Talk more about in the elevator. Well, one thing you really notice is that the American beer industry at the time was pretty localized. It really only sold to your local town. Another reason for that is the beer was so bad. So the beer scene kind of just like Budweiser. A success was that Adolphus introduced pasteurization technology to the bottling process. So allowed us to sell pasteurized bottle throughout the country without needing requiring refrigeration. It lasts a lot longer. He's also the first investor in refrigerator rail cars. So we sell cold barrels and bottles all throughout the country. Combined success of that resulted in the company being itself named Bush in 1879. And so outside, there's another campus.
America.
Right up here's the other 12 maybe that we purchased. Now, the interesting thing about these etc. But of all those products, our most profitable was actually the baker's yeast. Now these elephants you see above these pillars was actually the emblem of all those baker's yeast packets we sold. Today, the first orbit of the European Museum is running about a variety of exhibits to the history of the brewery. There are also a few restrooms on the floor, so now's your chance. Well, maybe a little over 10 minutes to explore, so regroup your special tea. You are more than welcome to take off your headphones while you're inside. Thank you.
Son normal.
a long stop versus their play. While other stores will be rolling out as one.
And those refreshments from start to finish. Bud Light keeps it extra carpet.
I do like
Yeah, yeah. Although I think you can drink. Yeah, it wouldn't be wrong. No, maybe. The other one, the December one, that's a good happy hour time, you know?
We're not so used to drinking sweet bootleg beers. Otherwise, I had to come up with an appetizer.
You'll see more of Bevo depicted on the top of the walls with his chicken leg and signature. But I want to point your attention, as most of you are looking at it, to this display over here in the family. We're interested there are other craft breweries, various craft breweries that we know as well. So some of those names you may have never seen before. Others you might know a little too well. It's just how it goes. Nice, so we're just kind of walk along the edge into the center of it, then we're going to turn around and walk back. A few sections are kind of a designated pathway to be on, just because you know, there still might be some of the people driving around, so just stay on that when there is that case. Of course, be mindful of areas there isn't if any workers come by. Other than that, just follow me in. Shower.
Free
Feel,
chill.
huh?
Let me see it. Or pretty fucking. Oh, should have brought it.
Just gonna use this tank right over here. I'll make like a half circle around the tank just to get a nice view. This tank is full of some fresh Budweiser. It was filled up about 2 days ago. It's made something called a pig's tail. It's how the beer is going to come out. I'll demonstrate how to do it, but best thing to do is just hold it nice and close, have it hang inside your glass. You hold 2 bar down, all you're going to need is a glass full of foam. If you do mess it up, you can't just dump it on the floor and try again. As I said, once I demonstrate it, whoever is thirstiest, just feel free to walk on up.
Gotta put it sideways, huh? That's nice. He's taking his too. Right on.
Look, guys, can't get fresher than this. 2 days brewed. ¿Man, esto es su video, no?
Yeah. $5.
No.
Cada uno.
Damn.
Imagine.
Yeah.
So you put your beer on like the tables.
Surely.
And then everything you see behind the bar that's packaged is what I got available for you.
Are the draft ones?
No. Yeah, I think the bottles are can't just see up top is what I got for you. Sure.
I'll take Budweiser Select.
Here? Can I get the Elysium? Sure.
Can you get 2 for
It's less carbs than this.
What's the spelling of the star there?
No,
This one?
I don't know. Yeah, una de cualquiera de
Is
esas.
it
So
cider?
this is Estrella. It's a Mexican beer.
That shirt is like, I'll probably buy one of those. The shirt, this is Tyler. So for the meantime, we got these fries, nacho fries, pretty good. We got the special cup and the hat that's provided.
What goes from here? From here?
Okay. Okay, cool. So look at the hamburger we got.
Mm-hmm.
It's official Budweiser burger with pulled pork, barbecue, and beef.
No, it's in the
Wife got the regular one. So this is St. Louis, guys. That's the old courthouse right there. I guess not much. I mean, I guess like I used to Chicago, being all fancy. Yeah, St. Louis ain't pretty much, you know, as hype as Chicago. But, I mean, it is a Monday too, so I don't know. So I think my girl went to Starbucks. This is a Starbucks in St. Louis. So I'll wait outside while they get their drink. Look at the old courthouse, guys. The arch again. Alright guys, well this is it. This is the St. Louis Arch Landmark National Park. I guess it's like one of the 7 wonders of the United States. Check it out. Up there is where we're gonna go up right now, and you can see through those windows. I'll be seeing you guys there. Oh, there's a cathedral, and it's just the park. That's it. Nothing major here. This thing is massive, guys. It's huge. It doesn't probably look huge here, but it's pretty big. It's probably bigger than those skyscrapers out there. Check out the park. And I think the riverfront's over here on this side. Let's go ahead and touch this side. Ooh. Touched it officially. You can see the river, guys. The river should be somewhere over here. So they offer helicopter tours down there. See the river though. That's a bridge. This is the riverfront. Check it out. I guess on the weekends all the little shops are open, but right now it's not much going on. Pretty much quiet. We gotta get in there at 4:50, so just killing time at this moment.
I have 5G, but not
Abajo está el museum, ¿sabes? Todo lo que es un museum.
Okay, good afternoon. My name is Carolyn. I'm your tour guide for this tour. I'll be passing out these blue boarding passes. And on the blue boarding pass, there's a number. We'll tell you what tram car you'll be riding in. The top to the bottom, and there's down with a number on it. They're rate tram cars, and they'll hold 5 people. If there are more than 5 in your party, we only separate by 4 minutes at the top and 3 minutes down. We're only running once. We're only running 7 tram cars. 1 tram car is out today. We'll be passing these boarding passes back to me. Down in the load zone, there are no restrooms past this point.
How many?
4.
4. Four, 3, 2, and 1. You are not getting 5 today. In 1961, the Star Transit passed away with a brake tumor. He was only 51. The arch was started February 12, 1963, and finished on October 28, 1965. The arch is 3/8 structural steel, 1/4 stainless steel, and the weight up to a little over 43,000 tons. The arch can swing up to 18 inches, 9 inch deep direction, in 150 mile an hour wind. But luckily, we don't get that kind of wind here. It'll sway by 1.5 inches and 30 mile an hour wind. There's concrete in the lake that goes up to 300-foot level, and steel bars and there's the rest of the way up. The arch's former name used to be Jefferson National Expansion Memorial. It was a memorial to Thomas Jefferson, the Louisiana Purchase of 1803. But the name was changed in 2018 after a couple of years renovating the arch and the arch grounds to the Gateway Arch National Park. Became a national park in 1935 under the bill of Franklin Delano Roosevelt signed. It was one of 60th national parks in the country at that time, and also one of the smaller national parks. It's only on 91 acres of parkland. That's including the Gateway Arch and the old courthouse. Okay, we're getting ready to go down. You following? On each side, and when it's a clear day, you see about 30 miles each direction. As you go through the legs of the arch, you'll be able to see the 1,076 steps leading to your tram car. And thank you for visiting the Gateway Arch.
Watch your head, don't hit it. Pigeon. First time up here?
Yes. Yes. You?
No.
No?
Enjoy it.
Thank you.
Folks, please avoid the first set of windows and let everyone safely off the stairs.
Oh, it's not that bad. We're done, right?
It's like so fun to look.
Camera down. Oh, so you don't get all the,
No. Just so you can see this down here.
All right, guys, that is it for St. Louis. Tomorrow we'll be leaving at 3 a.m. Head to the airport and fly back. We should be back in LA by 7 in the morning. Hope you guys liked the video, and thanks for watching. Good night. Peace out from St. Louis, Missouri.